Today's game is brought to you in HD by EA Sports and Madden NFL 11. Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm Gus Johnson along with Chris Collinsworth. An exhibition contest coming up between the Chiefs and the Titans. Who do you see as the key players for this matchup, Chris?
Well, Gus, I've got my eyes on the two quarterbacks in this one. I had a chance to talk to both of these guys, obviously guys that have experience in this situation. They've been here before, and yet it's always so interesting. You can see a different look in their eyes when they're warming up. You know that they know the significance of these matchups, and it just adds another level of excitement to the football game. When you're talking about this kind of talent on the field, this should be a really good one. I know you're excited. I'm excited. Let's get it going.
Interesting, Chris. Great storyline here today, and we'll follow that storyline as this game moves on. They'll start at the 27-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Johnson on the give.
You know, not only the top-end speed, which is so impressive, but speed in and out of his cuts. That's the difference in a great running back. Anytime you can see a guy maintain that speed out of his cuts, that's a guy that has superstar ability.
They're going to pitch it. Hammered in the backfield.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to admit defeat on a play as a running back and just try and get that thing back to the line of scrimmage.
Gives it right side.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
Surveys the field. He's got room. Eric Berry was there for the stop.
Yeah, he scored a few style points with that one, but more importantly, they pick up the first down.
So it's now 1st and 10 after the big pass play. Run play, left side. Makes a cut, and he will be hit and dropped. And 2 yards away here on 2nd down. Loose ball. Kansas City falls on it, and they have the turnover. Well, it didn't take long to get the game's first turnover. Jeff Fisher disagrees with the call, so he's going to challenge it.
There's a challenge on the field. The ruling will be reviewed. After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is overturned.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 11. Passes to the end zone. And the pass is incomplete. Kenny Britt was the intended receiver on the play. So they are now on the 11. The halfback with the carry. 6-yard pickup. That brings up third down. Only 5 yards away from the goal line. Searching for an open man. Maybe a yard on that completion. It's fourth down. And they'll line up for the short field goal. This one from 22 yards. Rob Baronis kicks it through to put them on the board first. Now it's time to take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. It's fielded at the 2. Gets to about the 24 before going down. And he's hit as he lets go of the ball. Tony Moeki was his intended target.
Well, the defense didn't get the sack, but they got the next best thing, and that was a bad throw.
Flips it out short to his left. Griffin was there to bring him down.
Yeah, when you see the blitz, you have to understand your own protections, because if your protection is sliding away from the blitz, you have no choice but to get it out of there to the hot receiver. Only gained about 4 yards on that play, but sometimes as an offense, as long as it's not a negative play, it's a positive play.
Castle hands it left. He's wrestled down at the 48-yard line. They line up at the 48. Dumps it out left. He's dropped down at the 46-yard line. Avoids a sack by getting it off as he's hit. Chris Chambers was the intended receiver.
Anytime you give up that quick pressure like that, very seldom are those passes completed.
Opts for a short throw. And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
The Chiefs are lining up to punt it away. And it's in the end zone for a touchback. The Titans were able to get 3 points on their last possession. Moves to his right.
I tell you, as a defense, you don't mind giving up a little dinky throw like that to the tight end. That's good defense.
Second down, 8 yards to go. So they have the ball on their own 21. Short throw to the left. Kenny Britt was the intended receiver on the play. They line it up at the 22. He lets it go. Whoa, and he can't get past the last man. It's 1st and 10. The ball is on their own 40. He's searching for a receiver. The ball is tipped away. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass. Short pass to his left. Running down the sideline.
And he went way up to snag that one. That was a pretty catch.
Dumps it out right. And the tackle was made by Gilberry.
When you get a halfback that gets in the open field with that kind of space, it is just so difficult to try and stop the screen. The offensive line got out in front. That was nice.
Run right side.
But Tom, the offensive line just didn't get any push there. They've got to do a better job knocking those guys off the line of scrimmage.
And it's 2nd and 12 yards to go. So the ball on the 27-yard line. Again with the run. Gains his way to the 13-yard line. Fires it in the end zone. Here's a look at today's red zone numbers, made possible by Old Spice Body Wash, the greatest smell in the NFL. Up the middle. Still a lot of time left, but at the end of one, the score is 3-0. They'll line up again on 3rd down. Goes through his progression. And he drops the short pick. And the pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on 3rd down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
Fourth down. The kicking team will line up for this one. This try from 32 yards away. It's up and it's good. Baronis is just about ready to kick this one away. Lawrence is deep, looking to return the kickoff. This will be down to the end zone for a touchback. They'll get the ball here at the 20. Checks down to the short pass. He's tackled at the 34. Everything seemed to work perfectly on that one.
And that's a pattern that this team likes to run. You know they've been studying that all week on film, and yet they still can't stop it.
And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Passes it downfield. He's looking for a burst of speed. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs get into the end zone first.
That's the kind of pitch and catch you just love to see in the NFL. And the difference is these quarterbacks' abilities to zip it into little tight spaces, and these receivers don't miss.
Point after is good. Kansas City up by a single point. And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon. It's fielded at the 2. He fumbles it.
You can almost feel the air being sucked out of a stadium whenever a ball hits the ground on special teams. Everybody goes...
Good coverage downfield. The stop was made by Barry.
Run the ball, sell the run, play action pass, and it really just opens up your passing game. The key to throwing the football in this league is running it well, and this play action is starting to work.
Kansas City got it. The defense makes something happen to force the game's first turnover. Hands it to the back. And he's tackled at the 35.
The Chiefs seem to be unstoppable on the ground so far. They're ripping off big chunks of yardage at a time.
Charles takes it up the middle. He gets to about the 21-yard line. They line up at the 21. Charles takes it right side. He's brought down at the 13. Charles runs it for an 8-yard gain. And just about 12 yards away. Castle tosses to the left side.
And you love to see those linebackers playing downhill like that. Not just flowing sideline to sideline, but attacking and trying to get in the backfield.
He rolls out to the right. Leonard Pope was his intended target.
Under pressure, he felt the heat that time and was forced to throw it away quickly.
They call on the field goal unit here. This will be a 30-yard attempt. Hits the upright, and it bounces the wrong way. Johnson gets a handoff to the right. And they finally make the stop at the 49-yard line.
Chris Johnson flashing that incredible speed. Here's a guy who had the fastest time ever when he was at the NFL Combine for a running back.
Fresh set of downs following the big run. Johnson will run it again.
So many times it's up to that backside blocker to get his guy on the ground, and it sounds ugly, but typically those guys are chopping at their knees and trying to knock them off their feet, so there's some cutback lanes. It is just so difficult for offensive lines to account for the safety. Typically, that's the one free runner that you have. And if you have a top-flight safety back there that can come in and make those kinds of plays, it really helps your run defense. You bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
So, it's 4th down. Looks like they're going to punt it away here. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. This offense was frustrated after their last drive ended with a missed field goal. Breaking through up the gut. Charles gains about 4 yards on the play. Short throw to the right. Hit and drop behind the line. From their own 23-yard line. Has a man short to his left. He's tackled at the 25.
The Titans came onto the field with a ton of energy that time. They controlled the line of scrimmage and didn't allow that extra yardage.
It's 4th down. The Chiefs lining up to punt. He makes it to the 38. Let's see if the offense can put something together on this drive. And he's tackled at the 43-yard line. Johnson carries for a 5-yard gain. They hand it off. Johnson gains about 4 yards on the play. Short yardage situation here. They'll need a little less than a yard to convert. Steps up in the pocket and throws it as he's hit.
Just missed that time, bringing him down for a sack, but great pressure to force an incompletion.
So, it's 4th down. The Titans ready to punt this one away. He angles it out of bounds at the 32. They had to punt it away on their previous drive. Under heavy pressure.
They just overwhelmed the offensive line on that play. That is what effective blitzing is all about. The timing, the execution, that was perfect.
Surveys the field. Leaps. It's caught. Wow! First down, 10 to go. We're at the 1-minute mark of this first half of play. To the end zone. Griffin gets a hand on it. And they can't complete the first down pass attempt. 2nd down coming up. That'll make it 2nd down with 10 to go. Still looking for an open man.
He was going for the end zone, but the pressure that time on the blitz forced a bad throw, and that really was the difference on that one.
He's going to throw it. They make the stop, but not before he gives the Chiefs a 1st and goal. They line up a few feet from the goal line. He's going for it all. He's got it. Touchdown! The Chiefs use 6 plays and take it 70 yards.
Dwayne Bowe has so much ability, and he's well utilized really in this offense. He's a hard receiver to cover, and there's really a certain toughness about him. He's going to fight you for position and for the ball.
Point after is good. Kansas City is up 8. Let's take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. He'll return it from the 6. He makes it out to about the 27-yard line. Run, right side. The Titans just took their first time out. Short yardage situation here, 2nd and a yard. Takes a lick as he lets it go. Halid, picked! Boy, the defense put the pressure on and forced the bad throw.
And throwing the football is really about what you do with your feet. The great ones can throw off balance and out of position, but so many guys, if they don't get their feet set, they make throws just like that, and it costs their team. Matt Castle has a reputation as a bit of a wild thrower. Sometimes, I don't know, maybe it looks like he's almost aiming the ball. If he just relaxes and just goes back to the fundamentals of his mechanics, I think he'd be fine.
Looking for a man. He's wrestled down at the 21.
The Chiefs get another good gainer that time. This offense is finding early success in the passing game.
Kansas City calls time.
First down and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line. He splits the uprights. So the score now, the Chiefs 17, the Titans 6. And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon. And takes off from his own goal line. Gets to about the 24 before going down. The give to the tailback. He's dropped down at the 29-yard line. And as we head to halftime, the score is 17-6. Kansas City will get the ball to begin the second half. He'll return it from the 1. He's stopped at the 24-yard line. The offense will start at the 24-yard line. Rolling out to his right.
Really nice blitz scheme that time by the coordinator. So many times now when teams are blitzing, they're just blitzing one half of a formation, dropping off on the other side. We're seeing perfectly timed execution there, and it surprised the offense on that one.
It's the tailback. Avoids the tackle. Charles picks up about 4 yards on the carry. Third down, 11 yards for the first. Looks to throw it. The pass is broken up. What a play. Dwayne Bowe was the intended receiver. Fourth down. The Chiefs ready to punt this one away. He takes it back to the 43. You would have to think that this is where they need to make something happen in order to get back into this one. He has it, but is out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Hall was the intended receiver on the play. Second down and 7 yards to go. Johnson gets it on the inside. And he's tackled at the 49-yard line. Eric Berry tracks him down, wraps him up for the tackle. It's number 5 on the day. So it's third down. The offense will need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Searching for an open man. Tight coverage, and it's picked off. He's wrestled down at midfield. That last interception is second of the game.
And that time he just got caught. He stared down the receiver. The defense saw him, jumped the throw, and made the pick. Good play on the defensive side.
Castle fumbles. There's a battle for it. Kansas City is able to fall on it.
Turnovers can definitely turn the football game around, and that defense had a chance that time to make a big play.
First down, 10 to go. They give it off here.
Yeah, and we know defensive ends are probably some of the most athletic guys in the league, and typically you think about them getting after the quarterback, but that time he used his athleticism to make a big stop in the run.
Here's the pass. He's dropped down at the 33.
You know, that's the kind of pass pattern I used to always love to run, because if the defense is even a little bit lax in their coverage, it's pretty easy to get that one in there.
He's brought down at the 29-yard line. The offensive line has been doing a good job opening up some holes. Jones on the right side. He's wrestled down at the 23. Jones gains 7 yards on the play. They'll need about 3 yards here on second down. Castle hands it off straight ahead.
There haven't been too many guys that have had stranger careers than Thomas Jones. At one time thought of as a bust, has moved around the league, but is now really settled in as one of the more efficient, talented backs in the National Football League.
He's dropped down at the 13. Here's a look at today's red zone numbers, made possible by Old Spice Body Wash, the greatest smell in the NFL. Going up top for the end zone.
And if he can get just a little bit more time, there are guys running open down the field. The pressure is getting close, but it's not there. He should take a fraction longer to make that throw.
Goes through his progression. Dwayne Bowe was his intended target.
Pass rush almost got there that time, and he has to feel a little lucky that that ball just fell harmlessly to the turf.
Fourth down. This kick will be from 30 yards out. It's up and it's good. It's fielded at the 2. He makes it out to about the 21-yard line. They keep it on the ground with the tailback. Johnson picks up about 4 yards on the carry. Brings up second down and 6 yards to go. Hand off to the right side.
Yeah, great defense at the point of attack, but also very impressive the pursuit to the ball. They were all coming there.
He's searching for a receiver. Knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Damian Williams finally gets into the action, making his first reception of the game. First down, 10 to go. He's dragged down on the play.
How many times do you see a team perfectly execute a blitz pickup and simply can't block the guy? And there's nothing the coaches can do there. They did their job, but the guys just got overwhelmed.
Third and long situation here. They'll be forced to convert on third down once again if they hope to keep this drive going. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up fourth down.
And those are the kind of big third down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
It's fourth down. The Titans ready to punt this one away. He's hit and dropped at the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense may be slightly disappointed with how that last drive ended. They held on to the ball for a while, but came away with only 3 on that one.
Toss. Drop behind the line.
Well, those defenders get paid too, and every once in a while they win the battle. Clearly that time they were all over this offensive line.
It's third down, 9 yards to go. Hammered as he lets it go.
And that's good quarterback play. He recognized the blitz, he understood what was happening with the coverage behind it, and found the open man.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Here's the give. And that's the end of the third quarter. The score is 20-6. Second down and very short yardage here. Charles gets the call again. Flips it out short.
Patience for a wide receiver is just so key. He's able to manipulate that defense, set him up one play, come back with the exact same look, and break off of it the next. Beautifully run.
Hands it off. And he makes it out to about the 27-yard line. Jones gets another handoff. Thomas Jones picked up a nice gain of 7 yards. That will give them the first. First down, 10 to go. Castle with the give. They bring him down, and it's first down and goal. Kansas City looking to make this a 3-score game. He's tackled at the 2. Here's a look at today's red zone numbers made possible by Old Spice Body Wash. Smell like a man. Man. Still looking for an open man.
Yeah, quarterbacks don't always like to run the football, but they're like anybody else. If they see that pay dirt down there in the end zone, they're willing to stick their head in and go for it.
And he adds the point after. He returns to the 26. The defense could do no wrong the last time this team had the ball. Good coverage downfield. Justin Gage was the intended receiver. That'll make it second down with 10 to go. The ball is on their own 26. He passes it. And he's tackled at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, the defense came with pressure, but they couldn't quite get to the quarterback, and they paid a price. He got it out of there, picked up a nice gain.
He throws short. He's wrestled down at the 48-yard line. Pass is short right side. He's brought down at the 37.
And tailbacks love that. Anytime they can get into the open field, think about that position. You're constantly pounding the ball inside and getting hit by those big linebackers. Now you get out in open space and you have a chance to make a play.
Here's the give. Flag down. First time we've seen one today. And that flag was thrown in the area of holding. And if it is, you can take that touchdown off the board. Surveys the field. And it's tipped away. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass. We've got a second and long situation. Goes for it all. He's dropped down at the 15.
That was pretty, wasn't it? I know that anytime you start blitzing this quarterback, he looks calmer rather than nervous. A lot of times you see those quarterbacks get the happy feet. Not this guy. He stands in there and makes you pay for the blitz.
On the ground with the tailback. Who's going to come up with this one? Kansas City has the football. The Chiefs come away with the football.
Great job by one of the smaller guys on the field, giving up his body and going to get that one.
Has a man to his right. Little flip. He's wrestled down at the 20. Charles now with 4 catches in the game. So second down, the offense needs about 4 for the first. Dumps it out right. Chris Hope with the coverage on the play. Third down and 4 yards. Ball is on the 20. He's dropped for a loss. The coaches have to be disappointed with that effort.
Yeah, their poor defense didn't even have time to go over and get a glass of water. All of a sudden, the punter's back on the field, and the defense has to go play again.
It's fourth down. The Chiefs are lining up to punt this one away. Hold on, there is a flag down. Looked like someone got caught holding. Here's the official call.
Repeat, fourth down.
A lot of movement down there on the offensive line.
Offense. Repeat, first down.
Well, that's more than a little humiliating for an offensive lineman. Unfortunately, there's nowhere to hide after one of those. And, yeah, they know national television is going to be talking about them as well.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 42. Looking for a man. Great pocket, and he's looking to throw.
Big run on that one, but they were able to stop him before he got to the marker, and really that's the key. Occasionally, if you're going to try and make a play in a long yardage situation, a quarterback run from the defensive standpoint isn't always so bad.
The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on third down. This one might have been a false start on the offense. Let's get the call.
Still third down.
You know, it's just 5 yards, but a penalty like that can really throw your offense off rhythm. You definitely have to now change the play call at this point. Vince Young still has lingering issues with his accuracy. He's improving somewhat, no question, but passes like that will tell you he still has a little work to do.
He's searching for a receiver. Caught and dropped immediately.
The Titans are putting together a good-looking drive here. That's their 3rd first down.
Throws it deep to the end zone. Hawkins was the intended receiver on the play. They line up at the 23. Gets the pass off. 3rd down coming up after that incomplete pass. Here they have a 3rd down and 10 to go. The Rock sitting at the 23. Here's the throw. Touchdown, Tennessee. Point after is good. And under 3 minutes to go in the 4th. Your score, the Titans, 13. The Chiefs, 27. Let's take a look at the drive summary, which is presented by Verizon. Tennessee gets ready to try an onside kick.
Illegal touching by the kicking team.
The Chiefs will begin this drive at the 36-yard line. He's going to be tackled for a loss. It's a 2nd and 11 situation here. The pigskin is on the 37-yard line. And now it's time to take a look at this game's top performers, brought to you by Gatorade. Facing a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Castle with the give. They tackle him for a loss.
Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
They line up at the 37. Charles gets another carry. He's brought down at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and for a minute it looked like he might slip out of there, but the defense got there, the pursuit was all over it, and they made a nice stop.
The kick is good. He'll take it from the 2. Gets it to the 21. The Titans will start this drive at the 21. Has a man short to his left. He's dropped down at the 38.
When you're trying to blitz the quarterback, you better have some talented corners on the outside, because as a wideout, just give me 3 or 4 seconds against the blitz, and it is awfully tough to try and cover that.
They'll face second down and 10. Barely gets it off.
Good pressure that time, and they forced a bad throw. Not much he could have done with the pocket collapsing like that.
He throws downfield. Damian Williams was his intended target. Not much indecision by the coach here. He'll keep the offense out there to go for it. Gets rid of it as he's hit. He's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee. Extra point is good. With just over a minute to go in regulation, the score is the Titans 20, the Chiefs 30. Let's take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. Tennessee takes the field, and it appears they'll try an onside kick. He's wrestled down at the 43-yard line.
And like the saying goes, desperate times call for desperate measures, but for them, desperate measures didn't work out.
The defense calls a timeout.
They line up at the 45. They go with the kneel down. Looking at a 3rd and 13 here. Goes to one knee again. The Chiefs are lining up to punt this one away. That's all from Kansas City. Highlights are coming up next. Here's today's Swagger Player of the Game, presented by Old Spice Deodorant. One player rose above the rest today. Here's the Doritos Crunch Time play of the game.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports and Madden NFL 11.